it's me again. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ariel Douglas, and I'm a poet. I've gotten some really good feedback on my videos so far. My poems so far, the videos aren't best quality, but it's what I got, so. But yeah, I want to thank you for that, because if it weren't for that, I would not have the confidence or the courage to do that, or this, so thank you very much for your kind words and your encouragement. This poem is one that I wrote in 2014 on November 18th, and it's one that I wrote about a period of time, almost exactly 1 year after I got saved, where I went down a really dark path of sin and depression, self-harm, suicide, wanting to commit suicide, that kind of stuff. And so this poem is just about that time of my life and the one who pulled me out of it. It's called If I Hadn't Gotten Lost by Ariel Douglas. I knew I was lost when my life spiraled out of control. I knew I was lost when I no longer wanted to live. I knew I was lost when I tried to forget what was happening to me. I knew I was lost when I tried to lose the pain and more pain. I knew I was lost when my heart ached and cried out. I knew I was lost when I wanted my heart to explode. I knew I was lost when I tried to get my brain to evaporate. I knew I was lost when the cold metal of the blade became my only friend. I knew I was lost when I decided that a haze was better than reality. I knew I was lost when my image was no longer appealing. I knew I was lost when the food was no longer acceptable. And I knew I was lost when I started to die. I knew I was lost when I enjoyed that idea. I knew I was found and I gave up control again. I knew I was found when I found new life and the giver of life. I knew I was found when my strength was no longer dependent on me. I knew I was found when I no longer had to carry my own pain. I knew I was found when my heart filled again and cried out with joy. I knew I was found when my heart began bursting with new life. I knew I was found when my thoughts became filled with His glory again. I knew I was found when I rejected the blade and ran to my best friend. I knew I was found when my reality became so much better than I remembered. I knew I was found when I remembered that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I knew I was found when the bread of life became my satisfaction again. I knew I was found when I was brought into life, and I knew I was found when I returned to living for someone else. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would have remained a lukewarm Christian. If I hadn't gotten lost, my life would have been vague. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would be weak and easily relenting. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would wallow in my pain. If I hadn't gotten lost, I wouldn't have cared to have a half-empty heart. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would never appreciate this renewal of life. If I hadn't gotten lost, my thoughts would be selfish and unconcerned with others. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would yell and scream at my friend for all of the things that went wrong. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would have a sad and pathetic reality. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would be concerned with petty things like clothes and accessories. If I hadn't gotten lost, I would look forward to material things to satisfy me. If I hadn't gotten lost, I wouldn't be able to relate to you. If I hadn't gotten lost, I wouldn't be able to show you His love and His life.